Hello, my name is Avishai Deshpande.
My name is Caleb Muleta.
And together we create the duo team of Deshpande.
Muleta.
Before we begin,
We have one question to ask you.
can we take off our name tags?
We don't need to ask you, but we'll do it anyways.
Viewers beware, this speech may have some potentially intense scenes, so any viewers that are juniors, if you want to leave, please take this opportunity to do so. Good? Cool.
So if
All
are
the
not,
judges are ready, the timer is set to 0, counting up. We're all good?
I mean, we don't need to ask, but
Let's begin.
My dear Wormwood, my dear Wormwood, my dear Wormwood.
This is the story of a senior demon named Screwtape.
who is writing from the scenic place of his hellscape,
These letters are addressed to his nephew.
Wormwood.
who is trying to be successful but isn't very good,
This story is set in a horrible place.
Earth.
which the enemy, God, gave birth
To all of these horrible creatures,
People. Oh, the
Oh,
worst.
There's a fierce battle over human souls.
one that's been raging since times of old.
So let's look at the battle for our lives,
But
From the view of the demon's eyes. The Screwtape Letters.
Letters from a senior.
To Junior Devil.
By C.S. Lewis.
Screwtape, Screwtape, Screwtape. Letter 1. My dear Wormwood, I note with grave displeasure that your patient has become a Christian.
Do not hope you'll escape the penalties. There is no need for despair. Hundreds of these adult converts have been reclaimed after a brief sojourn in the enemy's camp and are now with us.
When he gets to his pew and looks around, he just sees the selection of neighbors with whom he's avoided. His mind is full of togas and sandals and jama and bare legs. The mere fact that people in church can wear modern clothes is a difficulty to him.
Never let it come to the surface. Never let him ask what he expected them to look like. All you have to do is keep everything hazy in his mind, and you'll have all eternity wherein to amuse yourself.
Your affectionate uncle, Screwtape. Letter 2.
Letter 3.
Letter 6.
Letter 8.
10.
12.
14.
16.
Letter
17. My dear Wormwood, it is high time for me to write to you fully on the painful subject of prayer. When a patient is like your man, the best thing where it is possible is to keep the patient from praying altogether.
The simplest is to turn the gaze away from him towards themselves. Keep them watching their own minds and trying to produce feelings by the actions of their own wills. It is funny how mortals always picture us as putting things into the minds, when in reality our best work is done by keeping things out.
When they meant to pray for charity, let them really be trying to manufacture charitable feelings for themselves. When they meant to pray for courage, let them really be trying to feel brave. When they pray for forgiveness, let them really be trying to feel forgiven.
Turn their gaze away from him.
Teach them to estimate the value of each prayer by the success in producing the desired feeling.
Your affectionate uncle, Screwtape. Letter 18.
Letter 19.
Letter 20.
Letter 21.
Letter
22. My dear Wormwood, so your man is in love. And in the worst he could have possibly fallen into, with a
girl.
who does not even appear in the report you sent me. You shall pay for that, as well as your other blunders.
Meanwhile, I have looked up this girl's dossier, and am horrified at what I find. Not only a Christian, but such a Christian.
A vile, sneaking, demure, mouse-like, insignificant, two-faced cheat who seems she'd faint at the sight of blood, then dies with a smile. The little brute. She makes me vomit. She stinks and scalds to the very pages of this dossier. The kind of creature who'd find me funny. Well, blaster! He's a hedonist at heart. He's vulgar wormwood. He has filled his world full of pleasures. There are things for humans to do all day long. Everything has to be twisted before it's any use to us. Not that excuse is you disgusting little... In the heat of composition, I find that I inadvertently allowed myself to assume the form of a large centipede. I'm accordingly dictating the rest to my secretary.
Signed, Toadpipe, First Abysmal. Sublimity, Screwtape.
Letter 24.
Letter 25.
Letter 27.
War.
Letter 28.
War.
Letter 29. My dear Wormwood, it is a little bit disappointing to expect a detailed report on your work and to instead receive a vague rhapsody. You say you're delirious with joy that the European humans have started another of their wars.
I told you not to fill your letters with rubbish about the war. Now it is certain that the German humans will bombard your patient's town.
And that his new duties will keep him from the thick of danger. At the present moment, the full impact of the war draws nearer. War! The air raid will not be repeated.
War!
Survival is the greatest good.
War!
Don't you realize that the patient's death is precisely what we want to avoid? Whatever you do, keep your patient as safe as you possibly can. No. No. No.
My dear, my very dear Wormwood, my puppet, my pig's knee, how mistakenly that all is lost, you come whimpering to me.
Rest assured,
Pitiful fool!
I've always designed you as you've designed me.
I think they'll give you to me now. Oh,
A bit of you.
love you? Why, yes. As dainty as a morsel I ever grew fat on.
Just think
And let that be the beginning of your agony.
of what he felt at that moment. As if a scab had fallen off from an old sore.
As he shuffled off a defiled, wet, clinging garment. By hell! It is misery enough to see them in their mortal days taking off uncomfortable clothes. So what then of this final stripping? This complete cleansing? You have let a soul slip through your fingers.
He got through so easily. No gradual mistakes, no dog descendants, no nothing. Oh, no offering gears, no false hopes of life, sheer instantaneous liberation.
One moment, it seemed to be all. The scream of bombs, the fall of houses, the taste of high explosives on the lips, the heart cold with ours, the brain reeling, the legs aching. The next moment it was all gone. Gone like a bad dream. Defeated, you outmaneuvered fool.
Yes! I know how it was!
You reeled back dizzy and blinded, more hurt by them than you'd ever been by bombs. Made free only when the limbs of this corpse became quiet. Only you were left outside.
But it is still nonsense.
No! Painting may still have to encounter, but they embraced those pains. The dream became a nightmare. Then you woke. You die! And you die! And you're beyond death!
Sometimes I'm always in despair. All that sustains me is the conviction that our realism must win in the end.
Meanwhile, I have you to settle with.
Most truly do I sign myself, your increasingly and ravishingly affectionate uncle, Screwtape.
Speak, my servant.
There are those that doubt the demon's might.
This error brings them great delight.
Beware that Satan is real and a liar.
That his schemes and traps will never
The
expire.
battle rages on each day.
As devils try to lead us astray,
But with faith,
in steadfast will,
We
we
can
can conquer and
overcome
overcome their ill.
The Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis.
Thank you.